Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Salesian tripleheader, last game of the evening. Today, or tonight rather, on this particular game, it is me, Daniel Brito, the man, the myth 2 times, because I can't believe I'm staying this late another night at Salesian. And with me is my co-commentator, Joshua Morris.
Salesian's peacemaker, self-proclaimed.
And so, Josh, let's talk a little bit about earlier tonight. We've seen freshmen and JV play against McClancy, and sadly, Salesian has taken 2 losses back-to-back, which I wasn't expecting, especially from the freshman team. We saw a lot of issues, similar issues to what happened with JV. They're playing a bit dysfunctional. They're not playing together, and honestly, it just hurts to see overall.
JV, I expected them to lose because the injury of the starting point guard, Pisano, especially. The transfer still doesn't kick in. They really don't have a lot of ball handling, and they get a lot of turnovers. But the freshman losing was a shock to me. Last few home games they lost, and I hope they can change it up before the regular season ends, so they get in the groove for the playoffs.
I have to agree. It's not a good look for Salesian losing back-to-back games, especially against a team that we know that at least the freshmen can win against. Let's talk a little bit about the starting lineup for Varsity today. We have the usual Eli McGee, Andrew Estefano, Castleberry, Wiggins, and Meyer. And we also have a layup coming from McClancy. Starting on McClancy, I believe we have, Bordone, number 33. Number 15, we have Gaston as well. I believe we had a Gasper last game, right?
Yeah, Gasper.
I don't think I've seen similar names back to back.
Oh, Eli was actually working on his shot at lunchtime. I saw him practicing his corner threes. Just before the game as well. It shows how dedicated how the Salesian team, varsity team is of getting practice. It really shows grind doesn't stop.
I can agree with that. Josh, I think me and you both were in the gym together, study hall last period, with I think Alex and Davini.
Yeah.
And we were just in there, throwing the ball to each other, just getting some shots up. And honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I wasn't there for the drills, and sadly, we're going to see an overshoot of a pass there. I can see what the goal was, but sadly, they could not complete that pass the way they envisioned it.
I saw the vision for the pass, but didn't succeed. There haven't been any shot clock problems this game. Because they have the people doing it this time, proper people doing it, trained. Now, with JaVale Smith, thank you.
Can we see a travel call from the ref there?
By Gaston?
I believe so.
You can see McClancy's bench trying to say defense.
J2 kicking it out to Estefano, who shoots.
His football,
sadly.
He didn't have the proper landing space. I feel like that should have been a foul for that.
I honestly, I have to agree with you there. I think there definitely was a lot of foul potential there, but it wasn't. But luckily, it was out on McClancy. McGee drives in for a layup, or for a floater, sorry. Sadly, off the glass.
That's good.
We're going to see some ball rotation here from McClancy getting out of the paint. They felt suffocated. They're going to take a better look. Sadly misses. And the second one is good.
Salesian Varsity is trying to pick up their 4th home game of the season. Daniel, you want to hear the discussion I had with Gabe earlier? It's kind of crazy.
I want to hear. I took a little bit of a break from commentating today, so I'm excited to hear what you guys are talking about. I've completely rejected anybody telling me what was being said when I came over to set up. I want to hear it from you.
We had a conversation about JV being freshman being the only team that hasn't won at home from the Salesian teams.
I mean, what about that do we want to talk about? Like reasons? Do we want to talk about how we feel about that? 'Cause I mean, personally, I feel like it's a good thing for the freshmen, generally speaking, that they are the only team to win at home. I feel like that's good for morale. That's good for the legacy. I mean, to say that, especially if they end the season off like this, which I hope they don't in terms of other Salesian teams winning at home, at least for basketball. I mean, if they finish like this, it'll definitely be something to remember, especially for the underclassmen that are going to be here.
A great poke by Eli.
Going to see a poke out by McGee. Honestly, good play right there. Absolutely stopping the layup attempt early on. I mean, also, I feel like they get these wins at home because of the fact that I feel like the reason we're seeing these kids win at home is because, again, I mean, they're motivated to play. They know they have the potential to constantly win. They know they have the support as well of mostly, I mean, everybody. I don't really hear anything bad about the freshman team from the
Deep
student.
three.
Interesting deep three from Wiggins there. I mean, honestly, I kind of had faith that he was going to somehow cash it. I've seen a lot of long shots go in today, and it's honestly kind of disturbing.
Honestly, how I see it is they had a lot of time in the shot clock left, and him taking that deep three was a poor shot, in my opinion.
I do agree there. It was a bit rough. It was a bit rushed as well. I don't like it. I don't like the rush three attempt, especially so early on in the game. I mean, you can't be just chucking up shots like that. You have so much time. That's more of a last second, second half, no minutes left type of deal. I mean, we're seeing McClancy get success, especially on that possession. I mean, they're not, just throwing up shots.
Oh, midi.
Another mid-range from Wiggins also off.
Oh, he's pounding him on defense. So,
McClancy trying to get past Wiggins, but I mean, they couldn't. Wiggins is just suffocating Gasly.
Suffocating paint defense. Got him better. Miscommunication by McClancy. Oh, did you know Wiggins had 27 points last game?
I didn't. Honestly, I was doing some fake parlays with some Salesian students on what was going on, and I honestly, I think I had Julian for over. I think it was 15.5 or 20.5.
I mean, you never go under.
You never go under. That is fair.
I seen it with my own eyes. Oh, Lagos could have shot it. I have faith in him shooting it since the last game. Newish High School making 2 threes. They keep the game still. Did he pull up 3?
He did try. I mean,
this is not 2K.
This is not 2K. I don't know what I just saw, but I mean, all is well that ends well. I mean, Wiggins just isn't having the best shooting speed here. He's 0 for 3 now, I believe. 0 for 3 or 0 for 4, just chucking up shots, and it's not the best look, especially since he's a driving factor for the team's success. But he is going to contest that shot well enough to not have to worry about it.
He just needs to get to his spots in the paint, mainly slashing through defense, crossing him up, having a rough game. The other guard, Andrew, really has been very silent from the game as well. Hasn't been very noticeable in the last 5 minutes, other than that 1 3-pointer time that he definitely should have got fouled on.
Is their coach calling out the play of St. Ray's?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think I haven't heard the play St. Ray's ever from anybody. I mean, usually you have some type of common name themes. To call out St. Ray's Shouts to St. Raymond's Elementary School for raising me. Thank you to them. Shouts to St. Raymond's High School for boys for being a good competition and also housing some of my best friends. So shouts to them. Oh, we're gonna see a good hustle by Lagos for the ball, but sadly it's not that
Another
fruitful.
pull-up three?
I mean, look, this is the type of stuff you do in play now. I mean, you see Wiggins go up for that lay there, but Gaston is just able to get by him and play good D there.
I mean, either this guy is very confident enough to take 2 pull-up threes in the same quarter.
I mean, I don't know. He's taking 2 pull-up threes and then he's stuffing a layup. And that's really confusing. I don't know what's going on. A three-pointer from Eli.
This rim
sadly off. Just hold it.
This rim just has been crazy bad for us for the last 3 games. It's just slowing down the clock.
McClancy with another close attempt. It's off. McGee taking it down court. Bounce pass to Wiggins. And it's it rolls out.
Today has just been a rough game. Euro doesn't get past.
Late attempt from McClancy's urine. Off, but McClancy recuperates and makes that close shot.
They've just been dominating the paint and the fast break possession.
I mean, they have the privilege to. They have 2 big men on the court. I mean, they don't need to worry about the paint much at all. Lagos on the floor, hustle for the ball.
It's Salesian. McClancy was out of
jump ball. Possession, I believe, was called to Salesian.
Yeah, because McClancy was out of bounds while fighting for the ball. Salesian's play Iona. These plays are getting odd in my opinion. I would Eagles Iona. Andrew subbed in for Sebastian.
I mean, you can kind of see McClancy's coach getting mad at them, telling them, you got 11, or he's got 11, just calling out. A steal from McClancy going up. Olay, a good attempt at defense by Johnny, but sadly, McClancy Rosales gets past and puts it up.
10 seconds left. Julian has the ball, wants to take it.
Turns it over, and sadly, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Going into the second, 14-2.
JT.
I mean, Joshua, how do we feel about this first quarter?
I mean, it was horrendous on the offense side. None of our guys had it really going for us. All of its ins and outs, not being able to really create for a free throw opportunity, stuff like that. Julian Wiggins not making a shot in the fourth quarter is kind of crazy.
I mean, I'm honestly a bit surprised. I feel like Salesian's rushing their possessions here. They're not taking the time to make those open looks. I mean, if we look back at Coach Moressi's scouting order from, I believe it was 2 games ago?
Yeah.
Was it?
No,
or 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago. I believe we were looking over it, and we were saying, Moresi was saying that they need to find those nice open shots as well as looking for those boards. And I mean, the sad part is we're not really seeing them do much of either. I mean, we're seeing McClancy really dominate the paint here. They're able to put up such shots with no contest whatsoever. I mean, once again, we saw, again, 2 days ago on the scouting report with Moresi saying that there would be a height advantage with New York High School. And I mean, same thing here. You have 2 big men that are taller than most of Salesian's players here, and they're able to just dominate the board side. They're able to dominate the paint. And Salesian's not taking advantage of their shooting, you know? They're not taking advantage of the fact that they have people that are capable of making these long shots, and they're just rushing possessions. I'm not liking it.
I see where you're coming from. A lot of this team looks like 5'10 to 5'11. Majority of this team. I'm being honest with you.
Let's see how the second quarter goes.
The second quarter is usually where Salesian gets things happening.
We're going to start off the second quarter with a foul.
mean, he's been losing to that foul. Any way to create I mean, if you're gonna create, you're gonna create. Three?
Gaston taking another quick 3 attempt, this time landing it.
Finally got his shot to hit.
I guess that's his shot. Wiggins is going to go up again, a little bit of contact on the way up. Ref is going to call that as a foul. He tries to get the and one, but sadly can't, so he's going to go to the line for 2. I mean, right now, I think getting a couple of foul calls is Wiggins' best bet to get the ball rolling. Getting a couple of free throws will always get your momentum a bit up, and it's going to make you feel more confident taking those shots, especially since, again, he didn't score in the first quarter, which is unusual as he's the varsity team's primary scorer, or at least their primary leader in terms of what they do on the court. Layup attempt from McClancy there, a bit awkward from Rosales hitting the bottom of the backboard.
15 could I feel like 15 has the guy he wants defending him. He wants to shoot it.
Urine tossing it to Gaston. Gaston tries to pass it out to Rhea. Isn't able to. Salesian gets possession of the ball. Gets turned over once more to Urine, who passes it into the paint to Rosales for another layup attempt.
That was it. Slow down the pace. Slow down the pace. Slow down the pace. Slow down the pace.
We're going to see Salesian pacing a bit here. Another thing brought up in Salesian. Sky report from Coach Moresi. Shot blocked from Vaughn by Werner.
They're just getting outpowering our guys.
I mean, I'm honestly not liking this. Urine to Gaston, I honestly thought he was going to pull that shot there. I was a bit concerned.
I mean, shooter's going to shoot, so.
Shooter's going to shoot, that's very true. Into the paint again. McClancy's going to draw at the foul with that one. Not able to get the and one, but I don't know if that's exactly what he was trying to go for.
I mean, that's my type of play. Try to get to the hoop, try to get a foul, you know.
That is true, but I would like to remind the Salesian family viewing at home that Joshua cannot get to the hoop when I am playing him.
Oh, he's playing. Oh, yeah. You're walking violation.
Look, a lot of people say that I foul, and I feel like that's just a lie, you know?
That's just a lie? Live in your delusion.
Look, if you're not bleeding, it's not a foul to me if we're not playing in a regulated game, you know what I mean?
You're just like one of Salesian's, one of his Salesian people that's doing this board. Like Javale Smith. It's only a foul.
I'll tell you something, he's not wrong. Look, I'm fine with playing with Javale because if it gets a little physical, that's fine. I mean, if I'm not bleeding, I don't care. As long as I didn't punch you in the face, it's not a foul.
It's not a foul?
It's not a foul.
Not a foul?
Not to me.
Not to you? Your definition of
in a regulated game, I mean, sure, call it a foul for playing 3-on-3 in gym, but normally, nah. Gaston's going to take another 3 there, sadly off. Salesian getting the defensive board. Let's see what Wiggins is going to create here. Wiggins taking a step back, throwing it to Estefano. He's going to drive, take a floater off the backboard, sadly off. Urine taking down court. Wiggins with the steal. Poked out by... I mean, great poke by Werner there to throw J2 off of his feet. Gaston tries to get shifty with the lay, sadly off, goes for a second attempt, gets the foul call there.
Oh, fan favorite, Walter Wheeler.
Walter Wheeler. I mean, what can I say, man? I've said it before, great guy, great classmate, fun guy to be around, fun guy to play with in gym and in anything outside. Athletic. Shout out to Walter, man.
You should see him in Deacon Martin's class.
You should see him in Deacon Martin's class, me, Joshua, and Walter, all together. I mean, shout out to Deacon Martin as well, one of the newest Salesian teachers coming just this year, and he's already a student favorite. I mean, great teacher, gives breaks. Everybody likes his class for the most part as far as I'm concerned, and I don't have any complaints whatsoever.
really teaching Salesians light lessons. Like,
I mean, again, we have to remember, you have to think about it in a current issue state of mind. Thank you to Deacon Martin for teaching me that. Salesian slowing down the pace a little bit from what they're usually going for. Julian Wiggins with a step side shot. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of rush shots here.
Especially, what is the field goal percentage?
Urian tossing it out to Gaston in the corner for three, and he drills it.
Is he 2 from 4? He's 2 from 4 from 3, right?
I believe so. I mean, he has had a couple of rush pull-up shots, but it seems that he's usually a three-point shooter, and I think that's one of those things where you just take a couple of wild shots, see what's going in, and feel what it's like tonight, what the magic ball is going to do. Wiggins another shot off. Wiggins a bit upset at that, not exactly happy about the amount of misses. I mean, it's definitely unusual to say the least compared to his usual performance. I don't know what's happening tonight.
That's how I see it.
We have Coach benching Wiggins for a bit of a break. He wasn't exactly happy.
I mean, he kind of needs to relax with the mid-range shots he's taking. If it's not open, contested mid-range is proving to be the worst shot to take in basketball.
Very true. If those shots aren't falling, you have to wait for that open shot to feel a little more confident. For the ball to feel right when you shoot. Number 33 from McClancy.
Subs in.
Bordone cashing that mid-range.
Subs in and already shows impact.
Lagos for three. And it's off.
Lagos, you want him to take those.
Gaston blowing by for a leg. And he makes it.
Gaston has 9 points this quarter. I could be wrong.
I mean, McClancy's playing like a well-oiled machine right now. Gaston prepping in the corner for a spot-up shot. They have their men in the paint ready for anything. I mean, I don't know what's happening with Salesian's varsity team here. This is a bit odd compared to their usual gameplay where they're able to, take those shots and make those good open looks. I mean, Josh, how do you feel about it?
I feel like Julian needs to relax with the mid-rangers because it's clearly his shot is not hitting today. And get to the hoop, gets to drawing more free throws because he gets to get through the stuff that he could do at the scoring moment. I'm not saying the mid-range isn't his shot, but the mid-range isn't his shot at the moment. It could be in later quarters, but him still trying to shoot through his shooting struggles is still good with open head because a lot of people don't have confidence with it. Praise Green and Lagares. And Gavini Williams.
Green, Lagares, Gavini. I mean, we're seeing a complete change in court here. Damascus McCabe,
Lonnie
Gibson, Alexander Lagares.
We seen it.
Immediately making an impact with that three. I want to say I saw him take that shot a couple of times, so he's definitely practicing three-point shots, especially from those sides. McClancy's going to come in, though, and quickly sweep another shot off the board.
He was practicing shot earlier today, as we discussed earlier. And then Gavini Williams, anytime when it's need to go, be there just in case.
I mean, Gavini Williams, loved amongst the senior class, known as Pastor Wills.
He goes by many names.
Close friends, goes by many names. I mean, Gavini Williams, Gavini. On the occasion, Gavin, G. Dot, most famously for a couple of years. Giovanni as well.
G. Wills.
G. Wills that's a classic. We're gonna see another spot-up shot there from Gaston. Sadly, doesn't fall. Williams taking the ball down court to McCabe.
Pokes out by Gaston.
But Salesian luckily retains possession of the ball because McClancy's hustle for the ball going against them, sadly.
wants Laguerre to take it out.
I mean, I'm excited to see what this lineup can do. I mean, I know that D-Mac Damascus is able to kind of create those shots. I've seen his ethic. I've seen how much he wants to play ball. So I'm excited. And Praise Green, I mean, always play with them. And Jim, same thing with Jelani. It's nice to see them on the court. It's nice to see them play. It's always nice to see your classmates get some PT.
We have a former MVP taking the free throws. In JV here, Laguerre won MVP of the CSHS for junior varsity.
You see, I didn't even know he got MVP for CHSAA.
Oh, I had a brief discussion with him and a former varsity player, Shandon. And he said he won MVP while dropping the second most points on his team.
I mean, honestly, that's what I like to see, you know? It's the hustle playing there. Praise Green with the board there. Utilizing his height, that's what I like to see. Praise getting into the paint there, providing what Salim doesn't have. D-Mac Hughes, sadly an air ball, a bit short.
You want him to take those reps.
But you do want him to take those shots regardless. I mean, everybody starts off cold, you know? That's just how it is, sadly.
Since changing his shooting mechanic with Coach Mike, his shot's still not there yet, but it's going to get there by the end of, I feel like it's going to get there by end of next year or end of this season.
I believe so too. I think he can definitely refine his shot and refine his playing style by the time he hits senior year, and he might be a monster. I don't know. We'll see.
Already a defensive monster, and a lot of Salesian kids, a lot of people were saying D-Mac offensive monster. Jelani, very raw at basketball, very new to playing competition basketball.
McClancy's going to get possession of this ball. Going to try to go up and rush the possession, but can't. We're going to see a hustle there from Gavini to get that ball in. An attempt at a block from D-Mac sadly turns into a foul.
You like the hustle from Gavini?
I do like that hustle. I'm a fan of seeing a player put himself on the line just to squeeze out an extra possession if he can. I mean, it's great to see. It's good hustle. It's good ethic. You can't complain when you see a play like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
We're seeing G-Man Ferreira come into this game for Gavini, or not for Gavini, sorry, for Jelani.
And the basket. Garris brings up the ball. Goes through, tries to lay it in, misses. Walter touches the ball.
McClancy, 3-man lead beyond the arc. And I mean, is it gonna work? Let's see.
It could either waste his time or shoot the three. Going through, great feed.
Very obvious foul there coming onto McClancy.
That's what Garrett's doing. I thought that was a foul. I thought they called it a foul. Or not.
No, Josh, it got very physical in the paint there for a second. Gavini's gonna take possession of the ball. Sadly loses it mid-dribble, hustles for it. They're gonna call a jump ball.
Salesian should have the Gavini very scrappy for the ball. He is practicing.
10 seconds left in this half. G-Man's gonna go in. Is the lay good? And it is. And that is going to end the first half.
33-10.
I mean, Josh, how do we feel about that?
A new set of guys, so they need to warm up as well. So this is really their first quarter of action, and since all the starters practically were playing very rough, to say it, to be honest, I hope they can use this time period to think and improve on the situation.
I mean, honestly, I think the same. I mean, we're seeing a lot of rush possessions there from Salesian happening. And honestly, it's not the best thing for them. It's kind of, it's killing them in a way to take these rush shots, and I'm really not liking it. I mean, it's not only killing momentum, it's not only killing morale, but it's killing their stats as well. I mean, I don't see any reason for some of these rush shots we're taking. I mean, I get that there was an issue, JV, from what I understood from watching, where a lot of the time they would not, shoot. Despite getting the ball and being open, they sometimes wouldn't shoot. And honestly, I understand what's happening, but I just hope that Salesian can recuperate. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on a break. Please enjoy some ads made by Salesian's very own Uncle Tommy Seafring. And we'll be back at the start of the second half.
admissions works at Salesian High School. Early in the school year, in about September, I try to get out and meet as many 8th grade students as possible. I want to get the word out about Salesian and all the great offerings that we have. From there, we want to encourage them to come to our fall open house where we can showcase our school and maybe even offer the opportunity for a student to spend a day in our Eagle for a Day program. That leads up to the tax exam. Now, the test for admissions to Catholic high schools is going to allow a student to apply to one of 3 Catholic high schools, and we hope that Salesian is one of those 3 choices. If the students miss the tax exam, perhaps he's coming from a public school, we offer other means of applying to Salesian High School. We have an online application, and if you submit that online application with supporting documents, we can have your son apply here as easily as that. If the students are accepted to Salesian High School, this is what you can expect. Number 1, we have an accepted students night, a way for our students to showcase the school to your sons. We want to show the great offerings we have here. The second thing is a scholarship recipients dinner. We want to detail the St. Francis de Sales honors program to all the students that have earned academic scholarships here. The third thing is financial aid applications. I'll show you how to apply for financial aid so that we could put the best financial package together for you so you can make your decision on a Catholic high school by mid-February. I'm Steve Celestio, Director of Admissions, and if you have any questions about Salesian High School or the admissions process, I'm happy to help.
Happy New Year to all of you from Salesian High School. I'm standing by some of our science collection here, holding a book entitled How Science Works. And I'm mindful of Mr. John Flaherty, who taught many students over the years not only how science works in his biology classes, but how life works, and deeply impacted their minds, their hearts, their souls. As you know, we have opened up the Flaherty Fund in his honor, and that will enable us to award grants in his name to new students for attending Salesian High School next year. Those grants will be announced and awarded in a couple of weeks, mid-January. I thank all those who have, in John's honor, sent a gift. I invite others who have not. There's still time to make a contribution to our John P. Flaherty Fund and honor this tremendous Salesian educator. God bless you and your families. Happy New Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back a bit late to the second half of the triple header varsity game against McClancy. I mean, I'm not going to say much. I'm going to see what Salesian does. What they do is get a steal. McGee's going to go up with the lay, and he's slightly off despite getting around the block attempt.
That's all they get is just a 1-2.
We're gonna see a pull-up shot from Estefano, and honestly, I don't like that. That's not. I mean, again, we're seeing these rush shots from Salesian, and honestly, it's kind of like, how much more can I say about the rush shots before they start changing the rush shots? Eventually, Salesian's gonna have to change up this play style, and I hope it comes soon.
I feel like the fatigue, the eradication purposely play a part into this. They played, I think this is his fourth game of the week. They played a back-to-back on Wednesday, Wednesday and Tuesday they played 2 games. Sunday they also played a game. Julian takes it all the way, makes it.
And he makes it. Let's see if this is a start of an high-octane run for Salesian, or at least for Wiggins. Let's see what they're going to do in the second half. Ref is going to call a foul there.
All players can have a down game, so anything's really possible.
I mean, it happens, you know, and I see what you're saying, them being exhausted playing back-to-back, and I get it. I mean, I would be exhausted too if I had to play back-to-back and then barely had any time for rest. Wiggins slipping a little bit, and honestly, it's slipping right there that really caused that shot to go in. Wiggins wasn't able to get to his man on time and guard. And honestly, it's just an unfortunate occasion. Wiggins, another shot, and it's a miss. And McClancy tries to make the long pass, but again overshoots it, and it goes out of bounds. Shot from Estefano goes up, and it's not in. I mean, again, we have enough time in the shot clock. I mean, it's always happening at the beginning of the shot clock. They're just throwing up shots, and it's not working. I don't understand what's going on. Wiggins loses the dribble, a bit unusual for him. I can definitely see that the Salesian team might be a little bit discouraged or at the least exhausted, but they are going to call or draw the foul on that play. And we're going to see Von Meyer go for 2. And the first one is good from Meyer.
Another play on the board, finally getting to the paint. Finally getting to the charity stripe.
Second one is good as well. Vaughn making both of those free throws. And out of bounds. Estefano is going to drive and then kick it out to Meyer, who's going to go for 3, and it's off the glass. A little struggle for the ball. McClancy still regains possession. I mean, another miscommunication there from McClancy. I mean, the only issues I've been seeing from McClancy really is the occasional overshot pass or the occasional miscommunication on a drive or a cut. And honestly, those little problems like that are what's separating McClancy winning compared to Salesian's inability to get over the problem of these rush shots and as well as these miscommunications, not able to get the ball rolling. That's the difference between the score of 14 and 42. McGee trying to go for a crafty lay. I mean, really, you have to think about that. I mean, why? I don't understand why he would go for that type of layup in that situation. I mean, Joshua, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I feel like he feels trapped by their defense to take that type of stuff and try to drive for the foul with that play. You can't really say that's not a shot. That's awesome.
I mean, it is, but also I don't understand why he's going for it in that specific moment. I feel like there was another lay he could have taken without the risk of it not going in. And the three from Estefano not falling again. I mean, Salesian's in a serious drought, and I don't know what's going on. I believe that was an attempt to foul there from G-Man, but ref doesn't call it. Double and J2 beyond the arc, another miscommunication there. Estefano trying to kick the ball to Castleberry, but it goes out of bounds.
I like the pass played, but I feel like he just could have put it up with a floater on that. It looked like no one was in front of him in that play. He had no defender waving his arm. J2, pull up three.
And it's off. I mean, again, he's rushing these shots, and I don't know what's going on. Even when he does rush these shots, these are usually, you know, the looks that he can make and the looks that he's able to squeeze out. But, I mean, today's just not a great day for Salesian Varsity, and I'm a bit confused as to why. Slowing down the game a little bit. Let's see if this changes Salesian's approach or point game. Slowing it down significantly compared to just a possession earlier.
That's yours. Thank you.
And beautiful shot there from Estefano. I mean, once again, we see as soon as Salesian slowed down their possession, they're able to get those looks and able to get those shots there and squeeze out a point.
They're playing the X play. The Salesian offense could turn around.
Let's see what's going to happen there. A bit of ball handle movement, a spin move, passing it out. Number 33 steps through, and they call it as a double. I mean, honestly, I think if they would have made that might have been a mood killer for Salesian High and sent them into an even deeper drought.
Taking it all away.
Estefano, another floater, and it's good.
Back-to-back buckets from Ano.
I mean, Salesian has a deficit of 30. Let's see if they can get 30 in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
I mean, he does need someone to cook right now.
The fourth quarter.
And it seems like he is cooking at this moment.
I mean, I agree. We see McClancy, number 4, hustling for the ball.
Falls into the stand.
And he does fall into the stands right in front of Salesian Broadcasting. I mean, again, when I say I love that type of hustle, I love that type of hustle. He goes in, sacrifices his whole body. I mean, I can say for myself, going here for 4 years, that these bleachers are very hard, and I would not be hustling for that ball.
I mean, a Salesian member could have got injured, but game is game. That's how I see it.
I mean, honestly, all's well that ends well. I've been saying that a couple of times today, but it is what it is. Second free throw is not good.
Slowing down the offense. Oh, miscommunication. J2 takes it all the way and makes it easy.
And puts up the layup. I mean,
that's the type of shots I like to take.
That is the type of shot I like to make. Salesian doubling, but gets the ball past the double into the paint. I mean, great play there by McClancy. They get past the double, number 11, first off, tosses it to the open man. He then tosses it into the paint and for an easy layup. Kick now?
Salesian down by 30 points.
I mean, a 30-point deficit is disheartening, especially when it's, you know, just a little over a minute 30 in the third quarter.
I mean, back in my day, I've seen a lot of teams come back by even worse.
Joshua, there is no back in your day.
Actually, I can precisely say back in my day because it's been 4 years ago since I've seen a team limit.
Joshua, I think the clause for saying back in your day is when you were a kid and you're like 30 or you're like 20-something and you're referring to something when you were 10.
Yeah, that's when I was back in my younger days. When I was just a little guy.
When you were a freshman?
Oh, when I was a freshman? No.
You just said 4 years ago.
Basically, that's before I went to sleep. Let's just say that. Oh, takes
Okay.
a three.
Off the front of the rim. I mean, these shots just aren't falling for Salesian. Let's see if they fall for Gaston. He tries to look away for the shot, but it doesn't fall.
It's my type of confidence.
I mean, I would have that confidence too if I'm shooting well consistently and the other team isn't, their shots aren't landing.
I mean, I seen you when you shoot confidently. Oh, flops a little bit.
We're going to see J2 with a flop.
I mean, you, when taking your shots, when you had the PG music.
Look, I'll tell you something right now. We do not have to expose me playing in the gym with Erica Badu in the background. I feel like that's unnecessary. I mean, I did a flop. I was just trying to copy some Paul George moves, Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with being PG. I can be like how I want to be blonde. Well, take it.
And it's off again. That's going to take us to the end of the third quarter with a 34-point deficit. I thought it was 26 for some reason, but that is a 34-point deficit. I mean, honestly, as much as I like to say Salesian are the underdogs, I don't think there's coming back from a 34-point deficit, especially when it's not a matter of them making mistakes or a matter of, a couple of shots not falling, plays being confused. It's a matter of they seem like they don't want to get out there and play ball.
I want Salesian to at least, I know how you feel that. I want them to at least come back with this quarter and be like, I want to bring it as close as possible.
I mean, look, I'd like for them to, one, slow down their possessions. We literally saw that as soon as they slowed it down, Estefano was able to make a good and decent mid-range shot. And he was able to get that bucket. And we see consistently, every time they slow it down, they take a minute to process, to communicate. It works, but they keep trying to play fast and they keep trying to play the game of get this shot up here, get this shot up there, like that, instantaneously, and it doesn't work. But I guess we'll see what they do in the 8 minutes they have left in the game, where we're going to see. I really hope that Salesian's going to be able to at least come back a little bit.
I mean, back in my day, I've seen a lot of blowouts with
Once
my next
again,
team.
you can't say back in your day.
Actually, I can't. Since that was 2012, I've seen a bunch of.
Okay, I'll let you have that.
I seen a lot of Knicks teams been horrible. Seen a lot of blowouts in my time growing up as a New Yorker.
McClancy with the fumble there, sending the steal for Salesian. McGee tries to go up, gets blocked. McClancy grabbing the ball. Let's see what they do here. I don't understand what play was trying. I think he might have been going for a layup there, but I think he got caught up being too fast and it sadly went out of bounds.
I feel like Salesian should. I think their bench unit was doing pretty well when they were out there.
I mean, I have to agree. Their bench was doing great.
I mean, their starters just seem like they're just not it today. Laguerres gets subbed back in, and G. Wills gets subbed back in. Getting subbed back in for. Seems like it's gonna be McGee apparently, since they still need bigs, and McGee's one of the only guards.
I mean, McClancy's basically able to do whatever they want with possession. They can choose to just chuck it off the backboard, and I think I confidently believe that it wouldn't make much of a difference. A bit of an odd pass coming from McClancy there. I mean, just throwing it into a group of Salesian players. Maya tried to take the pull-up shot, but it's off. But G-Man gets the last.
I like this shot.
McClancy rotating the ball, moving it around.
Getting shot.
Doubling. Doesn't matter. 23 for McClancy.
Flopping crazy.
We're going to see a tiny bit of flopping there, but I mean,
That's not a
there's
foul.
been crazier ones.
I mean, both two people went up with him. So I thought Johnny could have been a foul, but the ref is calling it both ways.
Let's see what's going to happen here. McClancy just tossing it around. Let's see. Is 23 going to pull this? He passes it inside to the paint. To the man.
This foul is going to allow Salesian to change up their rotation by allowing TikTok star Lavini Williams.
TikTok star Pastor G. Wills.
Pastor Wills.
The myth, the legend of Salesian High School. I mean, shout out to him, and I've seen his pastor TikTok, and honestly, I like him. They're funny.
I had a brief conversation with Pastor Wills, and he taught me that he said he goes to plays in his local church. It's not an act. He's really trying to put the guys in church.
I mean, again, that's another Salesian quality right there. Homeschool parish playground. It's good to see and hear about a Salesian keeping up with their local church, even if it's not a Salesian one, and doing what they can to serve.
Oh, he could have got a foul on that if he jumped at the right time.
I do agree. He could have tried to draw a foul out of that, but he didn't, and I don't know if it would make much of a difference. Josh, you know what I think we need in basketball? I think we need an NBA blacktop sequel, or an NBA street sequel. I think that's what we need. Look, I'll tell you something. I didn't get to play because I wasn't born in that era, but I think if there's an NBA street sequel, I think I'd cook. I think I would. I just choose PG, and I just put on Ancient Didn't You Know by Erykah Badu.
And just vibe out.
For those of you who watch basketball, or who don't watch basketball, sorry, or are just new to basketball content on social media, there is a long-running joke with Paul George, famous Pacers player, where there is constant edits and mixtapes of him with Erykah Badu's "Didn't You Know" playing in the background of him just being smooth, and they call it "Smooth Like Paul George."
Yeah, that's his theme song. And I was really thinking, great hustle, G. Wills, that I should really get a theme song as well, because great minds like me and him should have really had theme songs.
A bit odd to call yourself a great mind with Paul George. What do you think your theme song would be, Josh? What do you think your
There's
theme
a
song
few
would be?
I have considered, actually.
Let's hear two of them. Your best two.
It'd be something from... Honestly, I was thinking about The Box from Roddy Ricch. Something from... Because, like, him 2020 was crazy. I don't know what happened after that. Because he kind of, like, faded away like a ghost.
The Box from Roddy Ricch. I don't think I've heard
I used
The
to
Box in a minute.
No,
No, of course I've heard The
yeah.
Box, but in a long time, like, no.
I love that song. I'd
No.
say, honestly, probably also Firebomb. Look, Walter. Honestly, you just gotta find a song that just fits with you. Something like smooth. Probably some like smooth jazz.
I agree, honestly. I think, you know what I think my theme song would be? If I was an athlete, Josh, or if I had to make, or I had to get an edit made of me doing, you know, one of my hobbies, or one of the things I'm proficient at.
What?
Heaven Can Wait by Michael Jackson. God, I love that song with such a deep and utter passion. I mean, it's smooth like butter, great vocals, and it'll really make you scream at your room, you know, at 1:30 a.m. and have your mom wake up and tell you to shut up because it's the middle of the night and you're screaming and she's got to go to work. And it doesn't matter, Daniel, that it's summer. I'm sorry that just happened. I just decided to talk about it. You know, sometimes you get a bit riled up on a summer night and you want to sing Michael Jackson loud. And sometimes that's not the best decision. So please do not sing Michael Jackson loud late at night.
Honestly, it'd be like that. I remember back in the summer times, I used to wake up at around 4 to see some George Lopez.
Man, waking up as a kid at 3 a.m. in my parents' bed and think, what's the word for it? Fondly remembering the George Lopez theme song, which I still remember to this day. And we see a chop from Jelani Gibson there, mid-range.
You see him doing that on double rim as well.
That is true. I've seen that a couple of times outside on the blacktop. Also, shout out to Salesian administration for getting the blacktop, installed rims. I mean, I know they're double rims, and a lot of people don't like double rims, or they complain about it being too hard. But I think it's a good rim. It makes you shoot.
Shoots it, Lonnie, in and out. The rims in the relentless. Honestly, I still dislike the double rims, but I think it was a great addition for Salesian. Because before that, we had a different type of hoops. And those different type of hoops, you could just see.
I have to agree. The adjustable hoops were not the best. Not just because sometimes they would fall over and, somebody would almost get hit, or, because you had to weigh them down a little bit, but also because the amount of people that would just move the rim last second, and you had to deal with that. And, I'm not going to call out any names of people who do that, and I'm not going to say any students, that have done that before. Marcus LaGuerre, Emmanuel Wilder, Florentino Manaiza, I'm not going to call out names. I'm not.
No names.
But you know who you are. And if you're not one of the three gentlemen in my class that I mentioned, then don't worry about it. Gavini with a nice lay, Pastor Wills, blessing the ball. But yeah, if you're not, one of the people I mentioned, and you did that back when we had the old hoops, you know who you are. And I think you should go to confession about that. I think that's a sin.
You think, and you covered it a lot lately. Back in those times.
I mean, I had to admit, I was one of those people, but I stopped like immediately after. I gave it a couple of tries, and I didn't enjoy it.
I mean, it's fun. Really like a skill issue if you didn't get picked on a team. I mean, a lot of people, we played to 7, we played to 11. Nothing longer than that, because lunchtime was only like 40 to 38 minutes, nothing too crazy. But those were intense basketball games.
I remember going on the blacktop with the old hoops for those intense games. I mean, sometimes, I just throw it up and it would go in, but that was back when my jumper was horrible. And now, it's horrible, but at least it goes in more.
I faced Pastor Wills in basketball, and he did beat me once. That was back in my time.
Well, I mean, a couple of people have beat you multiple times, namely me.
I don't like that statement of you.
No, I do.
I disagree with that.
I mean, I'm quite a fan. Joshua, let's be honest. I know you're taller than me. I know you have a bit of a size advantage on me. But you're just not him when it comes to playing me. I mean, let's be honest. Say live on air right now that I am better than you in a lot of aspects of basketball.
In a lot of what aspects? Passing the ball?
Passing, number one.
You can have passing the ball, because I get in the paint and I'm just going to kick it out.
I'm still better at defending than you.
Oh, defending? No, you foul crazy more than I do.
That's just a lie. You have never called a foul unless it's a blatant foul that I do on purpose.
I call a foul. I call a foul.
No, you don't.
If I'm a big man. I play a lot of bigs. So me, I'm not gonna complain about OD fouls. And the match is made on the layup and Gavini's bringing up the ball. But if it's like a blatant foul, I'm just gonna call it. Lonnie shoots it again.
But again, I don't foul. I just think you're not ready to get physical with me.
Won by Damascus McCann.
D-Mac. Once again.
If we run it back in that hoop, you're going to get fined. And it'll be put on AM Salesian.
So is this you, Joshua Morris, inviting me to play a publicized one-on-one in basketball
Yes, when I'm not sore.
when you're not sore? I mean, is this cope or is this cope?
Yeah, no, it's not.
I mean, all I'm saying is that when I'm sore and I play basketball, I don't complain about people calling me a brick. I think you just need to stop coping.
I mean,
And I think you just need to say it how it is. You're scared, and that's fine. You know, you can be a little scared. I would be too. If I had to play against me, I'd be horrified.
if we played again, it's gonna be on Salesian, and it's gonna show me.
Where do you want to play, on the gym or on the blacktop?
I mean, you can choose either way.
I think we should do the gym.
You do the
So
gym.
one day, you know, we have study hall together. One day, we'll go ahead and we'll publicize. You hear that first, or you hear that here first, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a publicized one-on-one, me and Joshua Morris. The day that he decides to stop coping about being sore, we will play 1v1, record it, and publicize it. And also, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the game. Final score for Salesian against McClancy for Varsity, 65-32. A 33-point blowout. I'm not quite a fan. I don't know what happened today. I'm not going to comment much on it. We all know the issues that were there, you know, lack of communication, lack of confidence, rushed possessions. And I think we can leave that on there because I don't want to dwell on the negativity too much. You know, I think that puts bad energy and bad vibes in the air for recovering and playing better games later. I mean, I think just next week we have even more games. I think we may have another triple header against Spellman, I believe, Friday. So, I mean, those are usually packed. If you haven't come to one of those before, I almost ask you to. I inquire about you doing it because of how active it gets and how exciting it gets, and how loud it gets in every single game. Final score for the night is 0-3. Salesian did not come out with a victory in this heartbreaking loss series. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say good night. We all love you. We're praying for you.